is really happy to host this session and welcome Dr. Sharad Maheshwari on the forum of AIforAll Global. AIforAll Global is on mission to democratize quality AI education with ethical pillars and prepare workforce of tomorrow. With that mission in our horizon, we are collaborating with eminent personalities all over the world. And today, very happy to have Dr. Radiologist and also lead clinical AI for Kokilaben 𝗕𝘂𝗶𝗹𝗶 Hospital in Mumbai, India. Dr. Sharad brings his global experience in various leadership positions in medical industry, but also has been bringing his insights on ethical use or responsible use of AI in his profession. He has founded two organizations, BeResponsibleAI and Institute of Responsible Healthcare in AI. With that, I'll open the floor to Dr. Sharad. And Dr. Sharad, a lot of thanks to you for coming here and sharing insights. The floor is open for you. Please take over from here.
Thank you so much, Manish, Prabhat, and everyone else from AIforAll Global. So let me start my presentation. Is it well visible right now? The screen is visible? Yeah.
Yes,
and
yes,
I am
thank you.
well audible. Yeah. So I have been lucky in the sense I've seen the generation of healthcare, especially radiology, starting from the very basic film radiology, where we used to prepare the films ourselves, to cross-sectional imaging, technological advances, and PACS, picture archiving, communication, which is all informatics, which all came around 2000 when the internet was buzzing. Then we had opportunity to work with machine learning, generative AI, and now the focus on responsible AI. Though the technology has been changing, but as a human, I was always accountable. So responsible AI is natural to me as a radiologist and a physician. The world has changed. 20 years back, computers were more like tools, like for storing images, retrieving reports, making our life easy. But we now see a sea of change with AI. It's no longer just tools. AI is recommending, it is reasoning with us. It writes the reports, polishes them. It can help me plan my work. And I think we are going in the agentic era now, where it may execute itself. And that is the worry. And that's why this presentation today. Few years back, knowledge was power. For all the knowledge, we used to go to the university, especially we used to join libraries to access research articles, contents. And based on our education, we had our professional roles as well. But today, knowledge is everywhere. AI can retrieve, generate, translate, summarize, explain. So it's completely democratized. A layperson on the street and a surgeon in the OT, they all have the same information available to them. So since knowledge is no longer scarce, capability becomes an important aspect. Let's look at a few clips I created today with AI.
Imagine you are alone in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Water everywhere, yet you are dying of thirst.
Today, humanity has entered another ocean. Not an ocean of water, an ocean of intelligence. Never before have we had access to so much intelligence, research, medicine, science, artificial intelligence.
Most important, since a lot of my audience today are interns with AI4All Global, so how would they look like in coming years? So it's very important to know what kind of professions will thrive when the intelligence is everywhere. What value you give to your society or your employer makes you important. So we are moving from knowledge to capability. Since answers are already there, questions are important. Judgment is more important than expertise. And trust was never more important with so much technological advance like in today's time. As I was told, most of you are technology students. So you are learning statistics, cognitive science, prompt engineering, and I'm sure through these internships, you are also learning leadership. And all this is taking you to the same destination, that is capability. So 5 capabilities I think are very important for you. 1, technical literacy, which you are already doing. Domain expertise, critical thinking, where critical thinking we mean with the ability to question, analyze, or making judgments. How well you communicate to your peers and to the society. And most important, acting responsibly. When we say responsibly, ethically, as well as also making an impact to the society. The employers will no longer seek how well you code or how good you prompt, because now we use AI for prompting. What they need is a set of people who are have these qualities of being builders, critical thinkers, leaders, governors, and most important, in the age of AI, they will look at you for trust. So the trust what a human can provide, technology or artificial intelligence cannot. But wait, this is not all. There is something more. The year I have given may be wrong, maybe go up and down, but we are approaching age of singularity, where machines may surpass the human capabilities. So with such a rapid progress, we are already outpacing safety and governance, and that is the sense of worry. I was a lot inspired by this movie, Life of Pi, and you all must have seen. Just in case you have not seen, I would urge you to see it now after this presentation. And in Life of Pi, a boy was in the sea left with a tiger. The boy had the opportunity to even kill the tiger, but he chose to keep the tiger and found a way to control the tiger and exist together, coexist. Let's look at this clip.
Intelligence is powerful, but power is not the same as trust. Trust is not created by intelligence. Trust is created by governance.
And that is the main purpose today, talking about governance.
Healthcare learned this lesson long before artificial intelligence. Intelligence alone has never been enough. It must remain governable.
So the tiger in the story Life of Pi was Richard Parker, which was very powerful. Let's consider it as AI. So what our hero Pi decided, instead of killing the tiger, he brought the tiger into alignment with his human values. He used various techniques like reward and punishments, like giving him fresh water, fish, using whistle to scare the tiger, created boundary where the tiger could not come to on his side of the boat, and he will also sometimes would rock the boat to give motion sickness to the tiger, which acts like a penalty. So he somehow came into alignment with him. But Pi did not survive because of alignment, but it survived because of coexistence with the tiger. There were times he utilized the tiger to save themselves from other predators in the ocean. So he used, it becomes a very good metaphor for AI. The ocean is the knowledge. The bond between Richard Parker and Pi was the alignment. The way the tiger was controlled is governance, and environment is the boat, the ocean. We need all these elements to work together. Now, what happens when intelligence fails? So let me share some examples. Before that, I always thought.
Dr. Sharad, one moment. Your voice is faint now.
Okay.
It was better in just a few seconds gone down.
Am I audible now?
Yes. Now it's back. Yes. Thanks.
Many years back when I started, I always thought technology means a better decision, but it's not, because technology never eliminates judgment. So it's very important that intelligence doesn't equal to trust. I'll give you an example of a software which was at a time popular in US, which was used by a company called Epic, and this software would pick infection in a patient before it is manifested clinically. It did very well in a single hospital, but when it was deployed in multiple hospitals, the software miserably failed. Amazon had a bias in recruitment where there were some ethical issues. We all are aware of deep fakes happening all around us. And I'm sure everyone has heard of the story where a self-driving car killed a bicycle owner while she or he were crossing the street. So the message I'm trying to give is that intelligence is not trust or safety. So intelligence alone is not sufficient. So trust is the new competitive advantage which you all should embrace. Now let's look the evolution of AI. Should I break for any questions, Manish?
Let's take a round. If there is a question, guys, at this level, please feel free to ask, and we will raise it with Dr. Sharad. Can you put it on chat? I think there were some hands raised. Nitish, you had.
Should I go to the chat?
Yeah, please, if you can.
No, there's no message as of now.
Okay.
So I'll
Perfect. Then you can continue. Folks, keep writing your question and we'll take again in the end.
The AI has evolved from chatbots to assistants to agents to decision makers, and they're already talking of robots which will probably do surgeries in the future. And I think they've already tried it on animals. I would like to give an interesting metaphor. Our forefathers in the jungle used stones to create fire, but they wanted fire to be portable, so they created matchbox and then lighter. Similarly, the evolution of AI also happened as we wanted technology to scale. What started as a humble rule-based symbolic AI has gone into transition through machine learning, computer vision, transformers, foundation models, and the current agentic AI. The biggest question in 2026 is, especially from a healthcare perspective, can AI be trusted? And can it remain trustworthy as we use it in our day-to-day patient care? And this is very important for us to know whenever a vendor approaches us, that can we deploy it responsibly and trust it during its execution? There are 4 governance gaps. I'll quickly say, like, prediction is not execution. A model may predict, but you need a system to execute. You need somebody to authorize that execution. Inference is not the authority. We need to know who owns the decision. If the decision goes wrong, who owns that? And just observing a dashboard, like monitoring, is not governance. Governance is, can the system intervene before the error happens? And explainable AI is not enough for us. Whether this should be actually used, is it usable? Will it cause any harm? These are the important questions we need to answer. Now, where does this governance live? Most of the time it lives in the documents, sometimes in the procedures. But in healthcare, the governance should live in the runtime. Not only in the runtime, it should be across the life cycle, from ideation to the point we kill a software. Before using or deploying AI in a sensitive area, there are certain questions which you should answer. Let's understand it with some data on failure. Projects can fail due to many reasons, but one of the most common and most important reason for a failure is addressing a wrong problem. So you started with the wrong problem, you have given the time, you did the pilots, but at the deployment, it failed. And many times there is a failure cascade. I myself failed it. I myself actually gone through this, like having a cool idea, excited about it, build something, but the clinicians finally rejected the application. So we may start with good intentions, but then it costs to us when it is failed or it causes any harm to the patient. So the most important question now becomes is, why was this system even allowed to exist in the first place? And with the current governance frameworks, it is possible to prevent failures in AI. I would like to tell you there is something unique about healthcare, where this is a very topic I love, the probabilistic and the deterministic quantum. So AI is probabilistic, meaning it is predicting the next token. So it cannot be 100% truth. The AI is bound to have hallucinations. While our clinical responsibility is deterministic, we have to take a binary decision whether to operate or not operate. We can't take a decision that let's do 90% surgery. So that's the fight which I have with AI all the time. So I always feel in healthcare, the AI governance should be in layers. My layer 1 is the probabilistic intelligence, where it gets the freedom to say what it wants. But then there is a layer 2, which is a deterministic containment, the guardrails. And finally, the layer 3 is the human authority, which can finally take the decision, a binary decision of using that output or not, yes or no. So always ask these 6 questions. Why? Like, what is the purpose? What are the problem we are solving? Who is impacted? Who is involved? Who is impacted? Accountable for this? How does it work? How was it designed? How was it validated? Is it safe and reliable? What are the risks? And if there are risks, then how do I mitigate them? Is it ethical and fair? Is it inclusive? Is it taking care of the biases? And finally, most important, sustainability. The more and more probabilistic AI, the large language model we use, we also consume electricity and water. So do we need AI for everything, or we can still, there are ways not using and saving the environment? Recently, EU has also documented about this, that for healthcare, wherever there is high impact on humans, then deterministic enforcement is very important. So what I have done, I founded BeResponsibleAI, and in BeResponsibleAI, we created a vertical, which is the healthcare vertical, and that is the Institute of Responsible Healthcare AI. We have certain constitution, doctrine, and policies. One of the most important doctrine which we follow is that we cannot make AI deterministic. Means AI will be probabilistic, but we aim to make the authority deterministic. The doctor who takes the decision will become deterministic. There are certain important things which we follow: non-transferable authority, deterministic boundaries. Most important, patient is the center of our model. So it's a 3-layer model where the center is the patient, the outer layer is the doctor, administrators, the entrepreneurs, the vendors, and they are all constrained by the responsible AI layer. We have certain policies which we follow, but currently we are short of time. And we have a governance stack. We have a framework called as Prime, which is before the AI build. RATS-E, which is while the AI is built and AI is running. And PCCM is the outcome based, where the patient is the center of all decisions. A quick point on idea versus governability. Say, let's take off an idea like I have an idea to build a mental health companion. That's a good idea. But it is very difficult to govern this AI-based mental health companion, because there have been reports of AI chatbots asking teenagers to commit suicide or kill somebody. So such an app is a good idea, but it's a bad governability. There's a famous AI app which was used by dermatologists for skin cancer. It was a great idea. It worked well, but then the model was trained on white skin and it failed miserably for people with skin of color. So again, this was a great idea, but then it was not governable. It was not governable because the training data was biased. So I'll give you some examples of good idea, good governability, because I'm a radiologist, so I can tell you from my experience. Like every morning we have a list of patients to report. So what AI does is based on the history, and if you have AI which can read the images like computer vision, what it does, it identifies urgent scans. Say, for example, if somebody has a brain hemorrhage, that patient will come up in the list so that radiologist makes the report first. But validation and final report is human, not AI. So what we are discussing is not, it's more of a admission control. Like when a child goes for a school admission, the school does all the analysis whether this child can be admitted to this school. So this is what we are doing in Prime, is our admission control. So Prime, we look at 5 things: whether the problem is real, will it fit in the workflow, will it integrate well, what are the ethical aspects, will it can this idea lead to issues, and then can it be mitigated, those ideas be addressed, those problems. So once the Prime is all checked and the idea is governable, the next step is execution in the form of starting the code. So whatever we saw was a pre-code governance. When we are actually building the code and later deploying the app, we use this framework which is called as RATS-E, or the Resilience AI Trust Score. It has 6 pillars. R is responsible, accountable, T is transparent, S for safe and secure, E for ethical, and so E is for ethical, ethics and equity, and E again for environment and sustainability. So the first pillar, the responsible pillar, is the mother of all pillars, because build AI because it should exist, not simply because it can. We look into the right problem, whether it is human-centric, good for the society. Accountable, who owns the outcome once the application will be deployed. Transparency is not simply explainability. The key word for today's time is auditability, whether we can trace the decision and we can audit it. So that is transparency. Earlier I used to club them like safe, ethical, environment, but I've realized these are very important aspects. So let's talk about environment. As I discussed in one of my slides, that we consume electricity and water. But do you know the good old AI which was used in 1950, the symbolic AI? which runs by rules. It's a rule-based AI, and it can work offline. So if I look into healthcare, around 30% of all AI applications in healthcare can be controlled by rule-based AI. So if I create an application where 50% job is done by rule-based AI, the electricity consumption is low, and wherever is required, I'll use the large language model, which will consume electricity. So this is an example how we can take care of environment. I think some 2 or 3 slides are missing, maybe. Okay. This is an example of one of my application, RadIQPro.in, which is a radiology decision support system. It has inbuilt deterministic rule-based calculators, which doesn't use large language model. So, some of the things are like environmental conscious. Safe and secure, like 2 major things. In security, we can talk about cyber security. We have incidents where the hospital system were hacked and a ransom was asked. So cyber resilience also comes in this. When it comes to safety, epistemic safety, operational safety, so many more aspects on it beyond today's time limit. Ethical and equitable, as I gave you an example of AI using skin cancer detection. So it's very important that it is non-discriminatory. The application has been trained in various parts of the society, covers everyone. Always keeping human rights and dignity in mind. So let's build something on theory, at least using the prime and rats framework. So I want to build a medication reminder system. So I will check the problem. Yeah, the problem is rare. People want real. The people want to be reminded. Fitting in the workflow. Probably yes, with the mobile phones. If somebody is using mobile, it becomes easier. Can it be integrated into the system? Probably yes, it can be. There are certain risks, like if the AI by mistake gives an alert twice despite the patient has taken a medication, then there is a risk of overdose. So I get to keep that in mind. You have to keep ethics in mind. Let's apply the rats. So we apply all the pillars to it, and we find that the accountability issue was there. The false alerts, overdose. So it was a good idea, but it was a little bit of weak governance. So what you do is you then work on those governing aspects. So the software then evaluates all those governance issues and gives the solutions for them. And those solutions are then built in while the coding itself. So you can always make it governable by doing certain changes at the time of coding itself. So I use this matrix of prime and rats on deciding whether this system is how governable it is. So final architect, you get an idea, you check the human intent, you check whether it should exist, you check whether it is governable, and then you execute it. So we have gone through all these aspects today. Knowledge, now we know. We need curation of knowledge in the form of research. We need to know whether a particular AI should actually exist. If it is existing, who should benefit in healthcare? If you build an AI, the first beneficiary should be the patient. Is it aligning with your human goals? Can this be governed? I use RAT's principle. And how to operationalize the trust? So that is through organizations like healthcare organizations. Well, this is my individual initiative, which is like a think tank, but all the governments in various countries are working on it. A lot of organizations like UN, they are working on it. And finally, most important, can the society rely on this AI? So to summarize, I would again go back to the life of Pi. The 4 lessons I get is that knowledge must be digital, intelligence must be aligned, human should be the purpose, and governance should preserve the trust. For Pi, survival was not about eliminating ocean or the tiger, but it was understanding, respecting, and governing them wisely. 3 questions always ask: can AI perform? Can AI align? Can AI be governed? If yes, go ahead. The future of AI will be determined by what humans choose to do with it. It's very important, and that is the core message today of transforming intelligence into trust. I'll end with this clip.
The future of AI will not be determined by the most intelligent systems. It will be determined by the systems we continue to trust.
Thank you.
Super, Dr. Sharad, really insightful.
Thank you so much.
And absolutely, these fundamentals certainly will create trust around medical usage by AI. I have one question, Dr. Sharad, if I can take that question with you.
Sure.
Like, for example, whenever there is a new drug or treatment, right, there is a sort of a trial, the various stage of trial, maybe, clinical trial, animal trial, and things like that. And then it is approved to be, applied in medical industry at a scale or on human, right? When AI evolution is going on so fast, is there any playground? Do you or some sort of trial before it's available on systems or machines or robots? We are looking to be adopted.
Right. So I'll tell you about healthcare, how we are working. So actually, we are, if you look in terms of the advancement which has happened in AI, we are much more behind, and we are behind by purpose. Currently, all the AI which we are using is being used as a tool rather than a agent. So they are all tools which do something and present the data to us, and we take the final decision on it. So far we have not done any autonomous executions. And whenever new AI has come, we have always taken it for a validation. We have done a trials for a month, 2 months, and then we have gone ahead. But since we are using AI more as tools, not as autonomous agents, we have not faced any problems so far. So we are going very slow, actually.
This is a really great assurance. But I'm sure, in wider industry, this becomes kind of a de facto. Thank you. Coming to the forum, guys, any questions you want to take? You can add on message or come on the camera, speak. Interns, you want to add a question? Then maybe I can add one more question from my side. What is the best case? What like I am living in Netherlands for last 10 years, and there is a
Right.
severe shortage of healthcare workers, right? And the care is becoming not only just less affordable, but shortage is making it not to reach the last mile. Senior citizens, sick people, they are not being attended, even though we live in so-called very developed world. Uh, like in any other tech side of it, agents are solving the problem of manpower availability. Do you also see that in medical industry?
Right. So actually, it all started with COVID, teleconsultation. Earlier, if a patient means it was a dream for a patient to talk to a doctor on a WhatsApp video. For the safety and all the concerns, it never happened. But during COVID, patients also realize and doctors also realize that it is possible to use technology with trust. So teleconsultation is like one of the biggest boon, and I know many vendors who are working on remote transformation of data. Data in the sense, patients still prefer a physical doctor over teleconsultation because the doctor is able to touch, palpate, uh, you know, uh, check the auscultation, check the pulse. But there are now applications being built, and I have seen the demos where assistant in a village is using the digital stethoscope. The ECG data is being transferred to the doctor in real time, and the assistant is doing the palpation of the, say, the patient and telling the doctor about it. So this is, I think, biggest use case I see now, which can be equally used India or abroad, wherever the requirement is.
Super. Thank you, Dr. Sharad. That's really insightful. Any other question, guys? I hear a message
Yeah, I
coming.
see a question.
Yeah. Would you take it, Dr. Sharad, directly?
Yes. So the question is, if an AI system makes a harmful recommendation, how is accountability typically assigned in real world healthcare deployments? So I'll tell you, the doctor signing the report is accountable as a primary thing. Now, with AI working at multiple levels, I may be using a tool eventually for that patient, but that patient, the journey has been part with multiple tools. So eventually what we have found and realized that responsibilities are shared. Some responsibilities has to be shared by the vendor. Some responsibility has to be shared by the hospital administrator who deploy the app. Like monitoring the application, its degradation is responsibility of both vendor as well as the administrator. But final responsibility is with the human, and that is a doctor who is signing the report. So it's very important that doctors, if they don't learn how to build an AI, but they should learn how to govern the AI. At least know where AI can go wrong, so they can check it at that point.
Great
Hope
explanation,
that
Dr.
answers. Yeah. Shared responsibility, but the primary responsibility is with the physician.
Thanks, Dr. Sharad. Hope, Ashfaq, your query is addressed. And this is a very good question, by the way. Yeah. Any other questions guys coming by? Last few minutes. Any other question? Yeah. And then this is not just one session. Dr. Sharad is our partner, and certainly we will keep bringing him into various avenues. His podcast is being released very soon, where you will find more detailed insights into his world and how he set up and built. Basically, he took a responsibility to develop right governance framework around ethical AI in medical industry. So this is really positive, and many of our interns who want to build their career further in healthcare, and they will be immensely benefited by learning these concepts very early in their career. Yeah. With that, I will go to thank you note, as I don't hear any more questions. And if any question comes, I will message you, Dr. Sharad, or email you, so you can address. This recording will also be shared to our cohort, so that they can ask offline questions. Yeah. Yeah, is that a good plan?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sharad. With that, bringing it closer to our session. Thanks a lot for your insightful details, and also, the simplified in normal human by correlating with the Life of Pi movie. I think that created a really nice synergies, and also correlation. And that tiger, certainly we need to tame that tiger, but in a way that it's become a partner, and we could use.
Actually, when I got to know I'm speaking to engineers, I was really looking at a good example. And with this Life of Pi, have become very hopeful now that if Pi could control the tiger in the ocean, it's very easy for us to control the AI. I think the will is required, that's it. And not flow with the hype. So I'm actually very optimistic after this Life of Pi thing.
Correct.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Correct. Thank you, and have a nice evening. Thanks a lot again from whole AIforAll global team. Thank you. Cheers.